go right here. So just a little bit of background, and I always laugh because speakers do, because I do clinics, stuff like that too. They get in their background. It's like, man, just get through this. But I'm just going to do this just so you know where I've come from. I've coached all types of kids, okay? So I was a student, assistant, slash player. I had a cup of coffee as a player. I got hurt, is what it is, at Gardner-Webb University. Then I was at Holmes Middle School in Eden. Very rural place. If you've ever coached middle school, I think everybody should at least coach middle school or 1A football at least once in their career. It'll make you a fantastic coach. And then the Greensboro Panthers was an independent league team out of Greensboro. It's no longer around. Coached there for a while. And I was coaching and volunteering. I coached 3 different squads all at the same time. So I was varsity JV for the Panthers and then Holmes Middle School all at the same time. So I would substitute in Holmes, then I would go to practice right after that, then I would drive 45 minutes to Greensboro, coach there until 9 o'clock at night. And that was before I was married. Then I went to Tallwood High School in Virginia Beach, and it was a total change for me, right? I went to the 6A football in Virginia, right there in Virginia Beach. You know anything about the Tidewater area. It's very competitive. Great players come out of there. And I had 7 seniors in my offensive line group, right? So I went from coaching independent and high schoolers to and middle schoolers to coaching 7 seniors, right? From there, came back home, went to North Rowan High School, right near outside Salisbury and Spencer, and that was where I really started to implement a lot of stuff we're about to talk about. Because I had a lot of kids that, you know, what y'all all see, single parent household, low income, like didn't have rides to school, stuff like that. And I was there for 3 years, but it was 1A ball. I had a lot. If you were big and you weren't athletic, you came down to Coach Tatum over there in the shade where the sled was. So I had to deal with a lot of those kids and try to coach them up and try to get them going. And now I'm at Walkertown, and the biggest thing about Walkertown kids, and when I got there, everybody told me, Walkertown kids don't trust easy at all. Whether it be because of open enrollment in Forsyth County, coaches come in and out. We don't have middle school football, so youth ball trumps everything. So coaches are trading kids left and right, so they don't have any stability. So especially for our kids, they don't trust easy. Okay, so that's where we're at. And we, a lot of this stuff, especially the last couple of years, has really been good for us, trying to build that trust and try to get those kids to play hard. Right here, this is Bible verse. Guys, I'm a Christian. I'm a God-fearing Christian, so I don't shy away from talking about that stuff. But as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. I believe in this wholeheartedly because we are in the mentor business. Okay, we are not in necessarily just the coaching business. We got to love up on kids. We got to grow up some kids. So being a mentor, being a father figure, being a brother figure to some of these kids is huge for them because they don't have it at home. They don't have it in the school building. A lot of times you might have kids that have maybe some discipline issues, and so their teachers are like, get out of my class, right? They don't take the time. They have all these classes. They have all these people in their classes. They have all this stuff. They can't take the time to do one-on-one type of mentoring. So that's where we come in. All right. So here we go. Standards. Okay. I do this. I haven't done it yet, but in February, when we like into February, probably mid-February, I'll have what I call OL 101. What that is they come in my classroom. And I go through a whole OL manual, all that stuff. Talk about our standards and our goals with each one of the kids. So big thing for me is teaching old school values, because old school values got me several jobs. Got me picked over several people because I did some of the things I'm talking about right here. So first thing, we finished everything. Today's society with kids, they don't finish, right? If things get hard, things get tough, they decide they don't want to finish or they just quit. Or they move on to something else, right? Because the beginning of something's great when things are hyped up and things are fresh and new. But when the grind starts to happen and things start to get hard, it's hard for them to finish. Okay, so we finish everything we do, whether it be reps in the weight room, whether it be sprints, whether it be a block, anything. They finish everything. We emphasize that and be respectful. Okay, we need to be the leaders of the team. We'll get into that a lot. Be leaders of the team. We're the biggest group on the team. So we got to make sure that we set the example. But that's not just on the football team, that's in the school building. Okay? Holding the door for somebody. Yes sir, no sir. Got it on there. Okay, I tell you right now, I got my first job out of college simply because I shook the coach's hand and was yes sir, no sir. He said, I picked you over another guy, and that stuck with me the rest of my life. Okay, so I try to teach those things to those guys, and look folks clearly and speak in the eye and speak clearly, and then communicate. Can't play offensive line if you can't communicate. You just can't, right? Because, especially for me, I cross-train all of my guys. We're two-way high school guys. I got 600 kids in the school building, okay? I might have, on varsity, 6 offensive linemen, okay? And we have a tight end that might come over and he has to play the 7th one, okay? So I don't have that many, so we have to communicate. So I got to cross-train guys to play all different types of positions, okay? So we got to communicate what our double team calls, okay? What the front is. We got to talk. We got who the mic is, what the pass protection is. We got to communicate, and you got to emphasize those things. Kids will do whatever you say. One, if they trust you, and you can show them how it works. One, if they get you got to trust, great. If you show them how it works, the communication. If the play side, we're running power on the play side, and we know that to the right and the play side, they're going to be down backer. They need to know on the backside, hey, they're doubling to the backside linebacker, so I can skip pull around to the play side linebacker. Now I know exactly what the play is, right? If I'm a freshman, I'm like, they're shaky and all that stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. But they heard, hey, they got a deuce over here. Oh yeah, it's a deuce, and it's power. So I got a skip pull, okay? And I've seen that happen a lot based off pure communication across the offensive line, okay? It's a big thing is communicate, okay? Next, our we will standards. Again, I said kids will do whatever you emphasize, okay? So I don't say we're gonna or we might or hopefully we'll get to it. No, we will. That is a definite statement. We are going to. We will. These are our we will standards. So we will run the damn ball, okay? I mean, I'm big on that, okay? My favorite Twitter pages is RTB, okay? Run the damn ball, okay? We take pride in that. We take pride in our running back. He had 1,800 yards this year, like 25 touchdowns. We run the ball, okay? And we take pride in that, and I'll get into some things that we do for them if we get to certain goals, okay? We will protect the passer. You guys know this is groundbreaking. Okay, I literally go through this with our kids. Okay, protect the passer. Who has seen The Blind Side? I mean, most people have seen it in the movie. Okay, when he's talking his mother was talking to Michael Orr, talking about how the quarterback was like his mama. I did the same thing. That's your brother. That's your mama. You got to protect that guy. Because at the end of the day, if the quarterback's sitting on the ground, we ain't going anywhere. Okay, so we got to protect the passer. We'll be nasty and we'll bully folks. Okay, emphasizing that standard. That's what we will do. Okay, and I have clips of different highlights like that. We'll make it happen. Very general statement. We'll make it happen. Whenever there's an issue, we're gonna make it happen. If we're gonna figure it out. If a guy goes down and a guy gets put in, and you're not really sure, we're gonna make it happen. Guys around him are gonna surround him. We're gonna pick him up. We're gonna make sure we know what we're doing. Okay, if a guy has to study, guys come in, we're going to figure it out, we're going to make it happen, we're going to get that guy and make sure he passes, okay? So make it happen is a standard for us. We're going to be leaders of the team. Like I said, we're the biggest group. It starts with us, okay? Skill guys, I don't know if anybody's ever coached skill, God bless you, okay? They're going to be all over the place. So we got to start with us, start the standard, be the leaders, get those guys going the right way, okay? Play with maximum effort. Big thing I've always heard throughout my career, I shouldn't have to coach effort. Bullcrap, okay? People are lazy. Generally, people are lazy. We're lazy as coaches sometimes. Man, I'll tell you right now, we went to had the North Carolina Coaches Association clinic last night, and I took the kids to Barton College on Thursday, and today I'm here. Tomorrow, church, Super Bowl. Monday morning, I'm going to be tired as hell. I don't want to go to work, but guess what? I got to go to work, okay? Because I got to provide for my family, and I got to make things happen. So, max effort, you have to instill that just because you don't feel like it doesn't matter. Coach it up, okay? Coach up effort, praise effort, show them what effort looks like, and they'll rise to the standard. If they don't, they probably ain't playing, okay? So, people that say, I don't coach effort, you better coach effort, okay? Because if you're going to let the kid, well, you better have some good effort, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And then we'll love and respect one another, okay? Love is big in our program. We'll get into that in a little bit. Let me go back real quick. with the care. Care is big, and we're going to get into all those in a second. But care means for me consistency, aggression, retention, educated, encouraging, entertaining. Okay, and we'll get each one of those means in a minute. All right, so consistency. Come to work every day with a worker's mentality. Don't come to work, practice is a grind, it's August, it's hot out here, they're the fat boys, and they got to put the pads on, and they're being lazy. No, come to work mentality, come to work every day, okay? Come to work every day, okay? Be dependable, okay? I got to know that I, at right guard, know that the center is going to do his job because we're being dependable. Okay, if we all across the board, all five of us know that, hey, my brother's got my back, we can play fast, we can play and be aggressive. Be accountable and hold others accountable. It goes back to the leadership. Okay, if somebody's struggling, somebody's slacking, check them. We check them all the time. Guys in my group, they check each other all the time. Why? Because they hold each other accountable. The big thing in today's society, especially with our kids, nobody wants to hold anybody accountable. Because they don't want to lose friends. They don't want to be seen as different. Well, we come in and we say, screw all that. Okay? Screw all that. It starts with me as their position coach. It starts with me as their coordinator. But it starts with these guys getting other guys going. Okay? Hold others accountable. And it's not going to be easy the first couple times, right? Somebody, they're doing sprints in the summer, or they're lifting, and somebody, they didn't skip a rep. They're supposed to do 10 reps. They did 9. And say, hey, man, you did 9. No, I didn't. Yeah, you did. And then there might be a little bit, but then you as the coach have to come in and reinforce, or the brothers on the team come in and reinforce, and everybody holds them accountable. But it takes everybody, okay? And that's one of our standards we hold, being accountable. All right, aggression. Cannot play offensive line. Shoot, you can't play football without aggression, okay? So I'm going to play like a bully on the playground. And my kids, they eat this stuff up. Play like a bully on the playground, take somebody's lunch money, all that stuff, okay? They love it, they buy into it, so they do it. One thing I always tell my guys is just because you play offensive line and, usually we get the kids that, they're not skilled or they're not fast, like that, okay? We're going to make you into a bully on the football field. And then doing all this stuff and the trench mob culture that we set, guys want to play for us. So, on film, we're going to get to it in a couple of clips in a second. I tell them, hey, be a bully. Block through the whistle. You're going to see a couple of them. And we get some personal fouls, and my head coach is cool with it because it doesn't happen every time. And we talk to the refs and like, hey, man, football's a tough game. If they don't like it, they can get off the block. And sometimes they can go with it. Sometimes they don't. But play with violence and a high motor. Playing with violence for me is... I don't want to word this PC. Violence for me is doing up to something that will get you arrested. That's what I would tell them. And they'd never get to that point. But violence, you are physically dominating somebody. Put them on the ground. I praise pancakes. I track them. We do a lot of things for them. We'll get to in a second. But violence, okay? Knock people down, okay? Put them on the ground, stuff like that. And then the high motor, never stop. Never stop. If you step down your gap, no one's there, you're not supposed to stop and hold, right? You just keep going. Keep climbing your track, block the next wrong color jersey. Never just stop, always playing. Then make your opponent want to quit. A couple times this year, we physically were beating up teams, and we saw them quit. They didn't physically tap out, but they were like walking back to the huddle. You see they're really sore, and like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like our guys came to the sideline and man, they don't want to play anymore. Okay, they don't want to play anymore. they certainly tapped out. Oop, my bad. All right. All right, we're watching the right tackle. I know it might be a little hard for y'all to see, but knocks that guy down and then puts him on the ground. And guys, everybody can show highlights of everything they do. Y'all kids do pancakes as well, but you want to be able to see on the screen. Right tackle on the screen, blocks that dude, throws him by. Runs downfield, knocks him on the ground, knocks that next dude out of bounds. Okay? They almost threw a flag on that, but it is what it is. Let me show it again. And I'm right here, and I got hyped as hell. Running downfield, and he's 20, 25, running down there, and yeah, we ended up scoring on that play. Okay? The effort. Okay, this right here is going to be the right guard. In the back here, play's gone. He's still over blocking his ass off. Okay, I praise those things. Because the next rep, either that kid that got put on the ground is either going to tap out, or he's going to do something uncharacteristic that's going to put him out of his gap. Okay, should have scored on that one. This is the last one right here. Okay, this is just the left tackle. And this one right here, this play right here, the referee was like, play's gone. Let him go. Go flag. Go flag. Never stop. Because he knows what I call get him out the club. Get him out of club blocks. Okay? Anything that you take a guy 10 to 15 yards away from where he started. Get him out the club. Okay? I've tracked those with pancakes. Okay? And the kids, they're always like, Coach, you see my get him out the club? You see it? Yeah, I saw it. Or I had 5 pancakes. Yeah, bullcrap. But I track them. Let me go through. I'll make this one. Oh, here we go. This is my favorite play of the year. Bam. So we ran a little pin and pull right here. Technically, it's outside zone. But when we play a team, my right tackle, right guard decided to fold it, pin and fold. So my right guard is going to pull around right here. And the linebacker's scraping over. He didn't even see him. Bam. Yeah, I took my headset off and I was stomping around. Kids will do it. If you show height, they're going to get hyped. They're going to love it. Okay? So don't be like, he's putting a guy on the ground and you're just standing there like, good job. What good is that? You should be like, well, Coach Tatum don't give a shit. Praise it, get hyped up, all those things. All right, retention. So the C was consistency, A was aggression, R in care is retention. Okay, gotta be able to retain what you're taught. So take ownership of learning the scheme. Okay, Coach Simmons is here. Shout out my guy, Coach Simmons. So I was on his pod. We talked about teaching all the way across the board. Like I talked about a second ago. Teaching the whole play. Okay, so I teach the whole play, and they got to take ownership of learning. So I'm up there every day. We go through and we do our install. And I teach front side and back side of plays, much like most people do. But I don't put one guy in one position. Okay, I cross train everybody. So they need to take ownership of learning. If you can't play, you can't learn the scheme. You can't play. That's pretty self-explanatory, right? We tell the kids all the time. Best ability is availability. So if you're on the field, because I trust you because you know what you're doing and you know what all other 4 of your brothers know what they're doing, okay? You cannot play if you do not understand. And I'm very open. All my kids have my phone number. And they know I am open 365 for them, right? Call me, text me, okay? You don't understand something, I'm here. That's my job. I'm here to teach you what to do. I don't want to get out there and be like, okay, we're going to run counter to the right. You're at right tackle. What do you do? I don't know. That doesn't help me on the practice field. During the day or on the weekend, you need to be coming to me, you need to be asking me so I can teach you and learn if you still don't understand something, even through your install. Okay? So I do that and make sure you retention. And then take ownership and learning skills. Our Andy time, when we run through all of our skills, all of our techniques, all our fundamentals, I teach it. We rep it a lot. You need to take ownership of either doing that on your own if you're not great at it, or trying to get better in practice. So focusing, taking mental reps when you're not in, and doing it on your own if you're not getting it. And then the last one in care, okay? 3 E's. Educated. I demand a 3.0 or better. I don't understand. I know some guys, they might have IEPs, 504s, they might struggle. But there are so many different avenues of help for them these days. 3.0 is not that hard. It's really not. So I talk to counselors. I talk to their teachers. Hey, what does he need to do? What does he need to do to get his grade up? What does he need to do? Does he sit in the front of the class? Does he need to take his hood off? Does he need to not have AirPods in? What does he need to do in order to do better in your class? My guys will be educated. They need to be eligible. Okay? But what we say at Walkertown, don't just be eligible, be recruitable. Because nobody's taking a kid that has a 1.5 GPA. Okay? Nobody. Okay? You need to be marketable. Be remarkable. So have the grace to do it. Okay? This is one of my favorite pictures of all 5 of my guys. Encouraging. Be verbal and physical leaders of the team. Okay? Good job. Let's get it next time. If a guy's failing, hey, pick him up. Keep it going. You know, pat him on the back. Say, hey, we'll get it next time. Be encouraging. It's little things. Right? It's not, you don't have to be this motivational speaker like, oh, we're all going to be great. No, because that's corny and kids don't do that. Okay? But just pick them up. Hey, you missed that block. We'll get it next time. Just be encouraging. And then entertaining. These 5 are some of the funniest kids I've ever been around. If you don't know if your kids are funny, I encourage you to get to know your kids a little more. Because I took this guy and this guy to Barton, and my wife and I were cracking up the whole time, right? Because they're just funny kids. Okay, they're very charismatic. So, let them be themselves. Okay, within the confines of your culture and what is right, let them be themselves. Okay, and it really helps them play and lets them know that hey, you can be yourself. They're gonna play a lot harder. Okay. All right, so I do a jump after every touchdown with my kids, and this time they decided they wanted to knock Coach Tatum over, and they did, because the jokers are large. But these are shirts I had made for them, because like I said, we praise pancakes. So Lyman and GT Counter, love that place. We put it on there with the pancakes. Walkertown Trench Mob serving pancakes daily. All my kids have one. And I had people in the building be like, hey, we get one of them shirts. And of course, the skill like, we get one of them shirts? No. This is exclusive. This is for us. Okay. So we did that. My wife has a Cricut, and she can screen print. So we did all those, and we bought the shirts. Things are Gildan, pretty cheap. So if you don't have the means to do that, I understand. But kids love shirts. They love free stuff. So we do that. You only get a shirt if you meet the standard. Because I had one guy that he didn't meet the standard. He didn't get a shirt. Why didn't you get a shirt, coach? Because you're failing some areas. Okay? And trust me, when you're left out, they pick it up. Okay? So have fun. This is big for us. All right, take care of them, and they will take care of you. Okay? Now, this is not for everybody. I totally understand that. But we feed our kids. And this is exclusive to my group. On Thursdays after walkthrough, my wife goes and picks up the kids' food if they meet a goal. Okay? Usually it's a pancake or get them at the club goal. Maybe they pass the test or something like that. Like they've hit something. We feed them. So they went to Wingstop. So we went and got on Wingstop. And then another day they wanted Chick-fil-A. Another day they wanted subs from Subway. And it's crazy. The kids eat anything. We do multiple things like that. I've chosen, and my wife has chosen, I take my stipend and we put it back into the kids. Okay? It is what it is. I mean, we're teachers, guys. I mean, the stipend's not that much anyway in North Carolina. Y'all know that. So we put it back into the kids. I mean, it has proved dividends for us, and they play harder. Like, do we meet the goal, coach? We get what they want one time. They wanted us to grill out steaks, and I was like, I don't know about that, guys. So then we end up getting Wingstop again. But we did a barbecue for them, got a Boston butt, smoked it, all that stuff for them, and that was really big. And we went 2-0 to start out the year, 3-0 to start out the year. We beat 2 top 10 teams in 2A, had a whole cookout for them. So, I mean, it was huge for them, okay? Kids will do anything for food. That's free. All right. Love. I tell my guys I love them every day. Okay, and it's not fake. It's not, love you, bro. It ain't that. Okay. At the end of practice, our head coach brings them up. He talks to them, and he sends them to me and the other position groups. And we talk about the day. We talk about what we did good, what we need to get better at. And at the end of the meeting, I say I love y'all every day. And they always say, I love you too, coach. And it shows. I didn't ask for these pictures. They came in. He wanted a picture, and they all wanted a picture. And this was after we beat Forest Hills. It was a big night for us. So if you don't have your kids calling or texting you or wanting to do things, you probably need to check where you're at as a coach. Okay? For me, love is sacrifice plus accountability plus time spent. okay? That's what love means to me, and that's what love means in our program, okay? And I'll do anything for these kids right here, and I'm gonna miss a lot of those seniors. Okay, so we're a family. You know, a lot of you guys have probably heard this term, transformational, not transactional, okay? My center, let's see if I go back and get a picture of him. So right here, 52, in this game actually, so the year before his junior year, he tore his ACL, okay? Really good center, very smart kid. He can down block like a champ. He tore his ACL last year. Going into this game, played High Point Andrews, and it was a mud bowl. Had to play on Saturday because the field was too crazy, and literally we were sloshing through. He tore his ACL again, same leg. So that was very big for us. So after the game, we're in the locker room. Oop, my bad. We're in the locker room, and I held up his jersey, and we took a picture. It was kind of we're a family. We're a unit, right? I sent it to his mama. He was at the hospital and stuff, and she was very appreciative. And we were just like, hey, we all got dirty. And the quarterback, he was clean. So I didn't have to picture the quarterback's jersey, but you know, everybody does the whole mud game. Our jerseys are dirty, theirs are clean, all that stuff. But that's what kind of we did. We did it for him because he wasn't able to make it back to the locker room that night. So transformational, not transactional. You don't know how much you mean to these kids. You really don't, because they're not going to tell you. Right? They'll do little things. Like I said, they'll want pictures with you. They'll text you, hey, coach, I did this today, or this happened, or stuff, and you do check-ins, stuff like that. You can kind of see that that they love you back. Okay? But not transactional, because like I said, okay, a lot of times, especially today, whether it be in the school building, whether it be family, a lot of these kids, especially in our demographic, all these kids, they don't have father figures. Okay, everybody has those situations, but I always say y'all got the brothers on your team. You always have that. Okay, and that is my world right there. That's my wife Taylor. She allows me to do what I love. So, like I said, we take my stipend, we put it back into kids. A little bit about me. A lot of people know my wife and I, we can't have kids. So those are my guys. Those are my kids. My players are my kids, right? So, I mean, a lot of that stuff, and I get emotional talking about it, but, a lot of people are like, I've done this talk before, and they're like, man, they're just kids. Damn right. They're ours, okay? But she allows me to do this, and I texted her when I got here. She was like, when are you coming back? I'm like, well, whenever we're done.